Good morning, good afternoon again. Please allow me to thank you all for connecting with us today. It's the first Spark of the year of 2022, and we are quite happy to start the year with our colleagues here from BPCE, with Ludovic and with Robin, and also supported by our French member FNBP with Joanne and Céline, our French ambassadors. Brigitte is also with us today. So I'm happy to also to see some familiar faces. I'm looking forward to a new year of Spark series with our CIBP members. Today's Sparks is about data and the view of digital. Personally, I hear more and more that data is the new gold. It's essential, apparently, and people are trading this value very highly all around the world. And we could have been witnesses of these last 2 years how data has circulated very fast. I will give the word to Ludovic and to Robin. Both work at the digital department of BPCE, and we are looking forward to know more about how BPCE is steering this new goat, let's say, this new view within the cooperative system in France. So, Ludovic, Robin, the floor is yours. And when you give me the sign, Ludovic, I will be sharing your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, hello, thanks for the introduction. We will start with a quick presentation of our professional background, if you want. You want to begin, Robin?
Okay, thank you, Ludovic. I can introduce myself. I'm Robin Malagier. I worked in Banque Populaire Aquitaine Centre-Atlantique since 7 years. And now I'm working with the Group BPCE, with Ludovic in the data department, and I'm data partner. The role of a data partner is to be the link in every Caisse d'Épargne and Banque Populaire and the brand BPCE. I give feedback to the group BPCE and feedback to the Caisse d'Épargne and the Banque Populaire on every projects all around data projects.
Thanks, Robin. I'm Ludovic Ravaret. I worked for BPCE for 18 years. I worked for the Banque Populaire IT teams for 6 years, and then for 10 years for 2 regional banks in Limoges and Bordeaux, in southwest of France. I was director of organization. I was back office and middle office director during 4 years. I was digital and data director. I was human resource director. And in 2019, I worked for BPCE as director of data democratization. And we will talk to you for half an hour.
Conéctate por Google.
Sorry. We will talk for half an hour about what data is for us and how we work in this exciting field. We can share the presentation if you want, and we can begin. Thanks a lot. To begin, a small flashback to better understand our strategic plan, BPCE strategic plan around digital, data, and innovation. At the end of 2016, with the arrival of Yves Tirode as CEO of the BPCE group in charge of digital, sorry, thanks. We launched a very ambitious digital transformation plan. It was at the end of 2016 and at the beginning of 2017. During the first phase, we covered in 2 years the transformation of all our mobile interfaces for customers. At the end of 2018, we were one of the best banks in terms of digital tools made available to our 30 million customers with an iOS notation at 4.7 under 5. It was a very good translation because at the beginning of 2017, we have a notation at 3.1. During the second phase, between 2019 and 2020, we reflect the acceleration of data in the service of digital and therefore business. To put it simply, to go digital, you need a lot of data. And digital will generate even more data. To develop digital, we need a lot of data, and digital will also generate even more data. This is the period from 2019 and 2020. During this period, we have developed our digital application, and we begin the uses of big data. In the third phase, since 2021, we continue to develop digital and data, and we developed the innovation. For us, we represent the development, this period represents the development of digital in all our process. The acceleration of data in the service of banking professions, and we launch our discussions on innovation in connection with digital data and now with payments. We can switch on the other slide, yes. I think we will have two slides to explain what is data and why it's very important for a bank to work on the data process. In first one, what is data? The data come from our transactional application. Equinox system for Banque Populaire, MySys system for Caisse d'Épargne, its operational information system, or from mobile or web application. So all action made by a client or an advisor, we collect data, and this data is then stored in databases. It's the first step, we name the data. Here we will collect data. Then the IT team and the business team will develop some process allowing the raw data to become value-added information. I will take some example just after. Then, after the data and the transformation in information, finally, all the information are valued by experts via new application or return on management tools. Then, the data become information, and with the expertise of all the users, we can have a new uses of the data. And in the end, they make it possible to generate new application. If I take an example of a data that everyone knows. Today, if I said we have 28 degrees temperatures in Paris, 28 degrees in temperatures. 28 degrees is a raw data. If I said it's 28 degrees in Paris on January the 20th, it's a more precise information because we have the raw data, 28 degrees, with other information, the place, the time. But a piece of information that is sobering when you have a different value repository. It is the expertise that allows you to say that the information must be erroneous. It's not possible to have a temperature of 28 degrees in Paris today. The use case can be quite simple. For instance, a weather type application which identifies data and information and which contextualizes them and presents forecasts for the week. So we have the data, the information, the expertise with the customers, for instance, or the advisor, and then a use case. This is a story of the value of data. To conclude this introduction, this modern introduction on data, data is at the heart of everything we do in our everyday lives. We generate more and more data in our daily life. This data is constantly stored and analyzed with more relevance. And we will explain how this analysis will be developed in the next years. In the next slide. I think it's a more important slide in the presentation that explains why we pass from an oriented data project to a big data project. The more data we have, the more we will be able to carry out precise analysis, and this is called big data. What exactly are we talking about? We live in an environment where we produce more and more data every day. And this phenomenon is intensifying with the IoT, connected objects, or smartphone. We are entering a wave of industrial data production. Every day, we produce more and more information. It's true in our private life, and it's true in our professional life too. 20 years ago, our data was almost exclusively data entered into our information system. We talk about internal and structured data. Internal data are data we entered in our information system. That is to say, structured data in our database. Then we started to use external data, purchasing data, using open data to supplement our internal data. Then we started to process the data from images, recorded conversations, or videos. Even if in reality, we still use very little video, but we are using a lot of images. For instance, when we work with our customers, they put back some documents, and we will analyze the documents with artificial intelligence, AI, and all the data stored in the documents are more and more important in our process. All this data, both external and from internal application, is constantly increasing in volume and complexity. There are the first and the third V from volume and variety. We have more and more volume of data, and we have more and more variety of data, internal, external, data from usage, structured data, unstructured, text, multimedia like text, video, image. The second V, like veracity, we need more and more quality in the data we are using. No data analysis without quality and validated data as such. To analyze all this data, you therefore need more and more computing power and speed for velocity is the fourth V, like velocity. The velocity is the capacity you have to work with more and more data and more speed. All of this ultimately creates more and more value for our customers and employees. Then with the 5V, we pass from the data to the big data. At the beginning, when we speak of data, we have only internal and structured data. Today, when we speak about big data, we have internal, external data and usage data, structured, non-structured, with image, text, video, etc. And to work on all this data, we need more velocity, more veracity to generate more value. I will take 3 examples. If we can switch to the other slide, please. 3 examples, very common. Data has to be transformed in information to provide added value and enable the development of new usages and on the concept of big data. Here, we see 3 examples of 3 companies. You see the different types of use case of data. The first one, Orange, thanks to it, 42% of the French people have an Orange smartphone in his pocket. So the company could know all the movement you can make on the French territory because we have a smartphone Orange. The company could anticipate the movements of 42% of the French people and enhance this information in a new business, a business-to-business application, for instance, for hotels or restaurants, to anticipate peak loads. I'm a restaurant owner on the Atlantic coast. I will know the estimated quotes on a Saturday noon. I connect to the Orange service and I get a predictive information from Orange in real time to organize myself. We said that Orange use the data to predict new trips and make a new business, a new B2B application to sell this information to professionals. The second example to value data from Netflix. Everyone knows Netflix. Netflix, which analyzes its customers' habits and preferences to develop ultra-personalized content and offers scenarios adapted to our tastes and personalized advertising in the series we watch. For instance, today, when we are watching a series or a film or Netflix, our hero or heroine passes in front of a bus shelter and the advertisement that appears in one of my favorite brands of cookies. Why? Because Netflix knows your tastes better than your loved ones, and they are able today to personalize the advertisement in the film. They know, we said that Netflix has a better companies in ultra-personalized parcours for all the customers. They optimize the user journey and we have a better experience with Netflix. The third example with Amazon, which thanks to data optimize its supply chain management by delivering the next product to buy to the local warehouse to be sure of being able to deliver it within 24 hours. All the web applications, all the companies, we have web markets, we have marketplace, can offer today a next product to buy application in the application. But Amazon is able today to use the data to propose the next product to buy, and they are able to deliver a product in 24 hours because they are able to deliver the product in a local warehouse to be sure of being able to deliver the product in 24 hours. It's clear that Amazon is creating a new standard in delivering time that is binding on everyone. These 3 examples, Orange in using data to predict trips, for example. Netflix with ultra-personalized parcours. Amazon with purchases in real time. As 3 examples that we can develop for banking system. If we can switch to the other slide, please. If we go back to BPCE, Banque Populaire Caisse d'Épargne, what are our objectives around data? The first one is increase customer knowledge and support for Salesforce to offer the right product, like Netflix, with ultra-personalized parcours. The second one, identification of new source of income, like Orange, which is a new service where we use data from the personal customers and we build a new offers from the professional. The third one, operational efficiency, cost control, and operational of data chains, like Amazon with the supply chain management. And the fourth one is more dedicated to banking industry, is risk management. For instance, for BPCE, we have the example of Norcom application. Norcom is an application of fight against money laundering, which allows to anticipate risk of laundering. With AI, we drastically reduce the number of annual alerts from 3 million to 800,000. This reduction is permitted by a new artificial intelligence algorithm. We have a reduction of false positives declaration with Norcom. We pass from 3 million to 800,000. So at BPCE, we will work on force orientation, force objectives with data. The first one, customer knowledge. The second one, identification of new source of income. The third one, operational efficiency. And the fourth one, risk management. Robin, you will explain
Yes.
an example?
Thank you, Ludovic. And I'm going to take the lead for the next slides. In advance, sorry again for my English. I'll do my best, but it's been a long time. I didn't practice. So maybe you can feel a very loud French accent, but it's normal. 4 things to know that data allow us to do in our business. With data, we can promote our business and increase our NPI. We can also improve our operational efficiency. We can detect and better manage our risks, and that's fundamental for the bank. And we can recommend and improve customer and employee satisfaction. That's also very important, as you can see on the slide. Maybe you can pass the next slide. Thank you. Now we have a very interesting and data-driven feature on our application, on our phone application. It's called AC/DC. It's not like the band because the feature doesn't play music, but it's our internal BPCE application for managing customer acquisition and documentary control. To simplify the feature, it's a customer can upload his tax office file or a proof of his address or any other document on his application, and with the application, and it's automatically controlled, and it's data driven for us, for the bank, and for the customer. Maybe, yes, it's okay. You can pass.
I will just take one example. For instance, Robin, with ACDC, we can analyze all the documents of our customers. For instance, next year, in 2021, we analyzed 3.5 million of documents. And when we analyze this document, we can choose some information in the document, for instance, in an identity justificative, sorry, or in some documents, for instance, a telecom documents, we can take some information about the name, the surname, the birth date, the number of the phone, and we can verify if the data we have on the document is the same like the data we have in our information system. And it's very efficiency because we can perform the quality of our data in our information system automatically. And this is very interesting for our colleagues.
Yes, indeed. Next slide, please. Thank you. That's we call the moments of life. In French, we say moment de vie. It's interesting because our main goal is to be a better support of our customers into their key moments of life. This is the reason why we determined several moments of which we launch any data projects to identify these moments in our customers' life to the advisors, to the conseillers, to be able to propose the right products at the right moments. We've got birth of a child, couple moving in, entry into active life, vehicle project, and preparation for retirement. It's the first moments of life we work on, and we deliver this year in 2022. The fact is we want to be able to predict the needs of our customers, and if we are able to predict it, we can sell many products in a better phase of selling time. Ludovic, do you want to complete?
Yes. No, just one feature, very interesting feature. With our traditional customer relationship management application, we have a rate of 5% of transformation between a request and a ready sell action by our advisor. With Moment of Life, we are application developed with artificial intelligence. We have a rate of transformation around 35 and 40%. So it's very interesting for us to develop Moment of Life with artificial intelligence involvement, because even if we have small moments, we said we have only 2.8 million of opportunity detected with the Moment of Life during 1 year. It's very interesting because the potential of increment net banking income is around 100 million euro per year. So it's very interesting for us, this project.
Yes, it's a business project. It's the first business project with data. Thank you, Ludovic. And next slide, please. Thank you. And finally, we are going to talk about data visualization. When we get data, it's a fact, but we need to visualize the data. And Power BI is a data visualization tool selected by our group to better manage our activities and improve our operational efficiency. It's a Microsoft solution. We got an objective, and Ludovic can approve. I think it's about 50,000 viewers in 2024 in the group of users of Power BI. It's our strategy, and it's a fact that in every Caisse d'Épargne and Banque Populaire, each one use different tools for data visualizations. The fact are it entails costs, and we cannot communitarize the cases created because each organization is different. Each Caisse d'Épargne is different. Each Banque Populaire is different. And Power BI is the group solution to consolidate skills and develop in a community way. And the most important, it reduces the cost, because one tool for 29 brands is cheaper than 29 tools. It's a fact. So democratization of Power BI uses 50,000 users of the group solution. It's our goal, and we work on every day with our team. Ludovic, would you like to complete, or it's okay for the?
We can pass, if you want, to the synthesis, and after we can take the question.
Yes.
If we try to make a mega synthesis, our data transformation plan involves a strong development of data uses for the banking business lines. We talk about commercial, business, operational efficiency, risk management or financial management, and other functions like human resources, IT, or quality of service. We must also speed up or accelerate the transformation of our management and reporting tools thanks to Power BI, like Robin explained just before this conclusion. To develop these new business and reporting uses, we must rely on three pillars. The first one is confidence and consent with our privacy center. I see the question in the chat from Paul about we said, in the context of digital products policies and required to ensure that clients understand very well the implication of the data. It's very important for us because we said that we think at BPCE that the most important thing you have is the confidence of our customers. And if we think that the most important thing you have is the confidence of our customer, we cannot make everything with the data we have in our database. So the first thing we have developed is a privacy center. The privacy center is a part of our internet and mobile application where the customer can see all the consent the customer down to the bank, and he can modify in total transparency this consent when he wants. We have the first bank in France that developed a privacy center totally open to our customer and advisor. And we have an ethical approach on the algorithm we are using. That means all our artificial intelligence algorithm must be explained, auditable, non-discriminating, robust and reliable. I said we have three pillars. The first one is confidence and consent. And the second and the third one are on the last slide, please. Thanks. In the left part, the purple part, we speak about develop or technical infrastructure. That means we need to use all the data we have to develop and maintain technological components allowing the efficient development of uses. We need to improve the quality of our priority raw data. And we have to give our customers and employees confidence in the use of data by relying on a group consent management center, the privacy center, like I talked just before. In the blue part, in the right part, we have our main part to Robin and all my team is the democratization of uses. It is crucial to invest in our employees if we wish they become data experts. So we develop training, acculturate programs, and animation of communities to increase the knowledge of all our customers, all our colleagues in data. And then we build a data academy. It's an academy where we can display all our training session around data. And at the end, when the colleagues are trained, we animate 5 communities of experts with more than 3,000 people. And those community of experts, we use all the people who are in this community to help us on the acculturation of the 100,000 colleagues in BPCE. So we have 3 pillars. The first one on consent, the second one on IT and data and ER platform, and the third one on democratization of uses with training, session, acculturing program, and animation of community. I think it was the last slide of the presentation. If you have some question, do not hesitate. It will be a pleasure with Robin to answer your question.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Ludovic. Indeed, if you have any question, you can write them on the chat. You can also write them in your native language, so in Portuguese, French, Spanish. Would you like to ask some questions to our colleagues from BPCE? I will also stop sharing. For your information, you will also receive the presentation later today, should you want to have a look to it again, or ask directly a question via email to Ludovic and Robin. You can also answer. Thank you, Ludovic. So I maybe have a question to start, Ludovic and Robin. You gave some examples from Orange, Netflix, and Amazon. With this new route that you have for BPCE since 2021, if I'm not mistaken, could you also evaluate how fast the data was used in the different moments de vie of your customers? Did you receive already a first feedback evaluation of your BPCE employees and clients on the good use of their data?
Not yet with the moment of life, because we are at the beginning of the deployment of our moment of life, but we have the first feedback on the uses of the application, because we have built those applications during the year 2017 and 2018. So today we have a very good feedback on our application, and we said we have a very good notation by our customer. At the beginning of this mega project on data, digital, and innovation, we have in BPCE we have the worst note of all the French banks, with 3.1 under 5 on your application, mobile application and web application. Today, we have the better note of all the classical retail banking in French, and only one pure player application, Revolut, is better than us. And Revolut have a notation at 4.8 and us in 4.7. So we can say all the customers have a very good feedback on your application, but we cannot have the same feedback on our data development or project, because we just begin the deployment for all the clients, all the customers.
Okay, very interesting. Also interesting to hear the progress that you have made in the last years, also being in the low scale of the feedback of the application and now being one of the best. It's very impressive, and maybe some of the colleagues here today would be curious to know how, but this is maybe a topic for the ones who are developing their application in their bank. Maybe a comment, and I will leave the floor also to any one of you who has a question. Again, you can ask it in Portuguese, Spanish, French, German also. We can help you out. I had a comment and maybe also a form of a question. The confidence convention or trading that you have, you said it's quite new also in France. I'm curious if this is an idea that among our CIBP members, expert creates also an idea to develop such a thing, because I would say as a customer, it will inspire me for even more confidence and willingness to work with such a bank that is so transparent. So, well, it's a question comment, because it's a good point of view, or it's a good mark of distinguishing oneself from other banks and connecting with the cooperative values of proximity, transparency, democracy, etc. So I think that for customers go ahead, yes, Ludovic.
I have two features. Naturally, only 30% of our customers are confident in our data uses. Only 30% is very low. When we train and acculturate our colleague, our advisor, on the subjects of data, on the objectives of data, after they can explain to the customers what we are doing with the data, why it's important to give us a consent in the uses of data payment, for instance, etc. And we can pass easily from 40 to 70% of consent. But we have 30% of our customers that don't want we use their data in advanced usage. So I think we have to prepare some communication, information dedicated to customers to explain, to democratize why it's important to give us a consent, because we cannot use the data if we cannot have the consent, if we don't have the consent. So we need to explain and to democratize the using of data, to be able to have more and more consents and to be more and more powerful in the using of data. And it's very different if you are in Europe, if you are in America, or if you are in China, for instance. Why? Because when we are in Europe, the data is the data, how to say, appartient.
Belongs.
Yeah, yes, the data belongs to the customer. When you are in America, North America, United States, the data belongs to the companies. When you begin to work in a website, the data not belong to you, but to the companies. And when you are in China, the data belongs to
the government.
To government. Yes. So when we are in Europe, in America, or in China, we don't have the same position and the same comprehension, knowledge about data. So we have to prepare it, to explain it. And for instance, with Robin, next month, we will go to how to say lycée, Robin?
High school.
A high school,
high school.
Yes.
We will go to an high school to explain what is data, what is important to understand the using of data from the big company like Google, Facebook, I don't know, Snapchat with the students, etc. And it's very important that all the French, all the European, all the people know what is data, what is the using of data by the companies, and why it's very important to know all this. You want to precise, Robin?
Yes, a little bit. It's important to tell to the high school and young people to sensibilize them to the data privacy and the data behind all the GAFA. We are data providers. The bank are data providers, but most of all, the most important things for them it's each big platform use data. Each big platform on the internet use data, and we know how much it's important to get some data privacy for customer, and it's our role to promote this data privacy for the young people too. That's why we're going to this high school and sensibilize these young people.
Very, very interesting. Seriously, I might be talking with Joanne again and you, Ludovic and Robin, for next Spark next year about that. Really, because I think it's a very interesting topic, and also as a role as a cooperative bank, how you, as Robin just said, how you are sensibilizing young people because they are ultra connected, I believe. So I think it would be an interesting Spark on the road. And please, dear participants and colleagues, should you have any recommendation on a Spark that you would like to hear of coming from any of our CIBP members in the coming months or next year, please don't hesitate to drop us an email with some recommendation, requests, suggestions. Your participation is very important to us in an active way, and also to build this community and to increase your network of expertise and knowledge. That said, I would then close today's Spark. Thank you again very much for being with us and to giving us such a big insight about how BPCE is using the data. Robin, Ludovic, Joanne, thank you also for making this happen. We'll meet next month in February. The next spark will be given by our German member, DZ Bank, and our expert will be talking about sustainability in finance. So please stay tuned, as they say, and all the best for the new year. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks a
Thank you.
lot.
Merci
Bye-bye.
beaucoup à vous deux.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice
Thank you.
day. Bye. Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.